After Channel 7 o'clock news coming up shortly. Alright, here we go. It's time now for Peter Channel 7 o'clock news on this Saturday evening, July 9th, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins. Your 7 o'clock news ends. And our top story at 7 is Dallas, where President Obama on Saturday sought to calm a country driven by grief and anger in the wake of a fatal shooting of 5 police officers here in recent high-profile deaths that handed officers elsewhere. Warsaw, President Obama strove to convey a message of solace and unity in the wake of an extraordinary week that brought issues of police safety and racial bias in the police in Saturday, saying they believe that Americans will come together to find common. Minneapolis, when Fonda Castle saw the flashing lights in the rearview mirror the night he got shot, it was unusual. He had been pulled over at least 52 times in recent years and had around the Twin Cities and given citations for minor offenses. Orlando, Florida, Hillary Clinton supports rejected an effort by Bernie Sanders allies Saturday at explicit opposition to the Trans-Pacific Partnership trade deal to the Democratic Party's 2016 platform. Washington, diplomatic relations between the U.S. and Russia began to unravel after Moscow said Saturday they expelled 2 American diplomats in the U.S. Baghdad, Iraqi government forces said that they seized back control of the major air bases on Saturday of staging posts on the way of the Islamic State stronghold of Mosul. Since British voters decided to leave the European Union in a referendum 2 weeks ago, more than 4 million people signed a petition calling for a do-over. Warsaw, NATO allies agreed on Saturday to help fund Afghan security forces an alternative around $1 billion annually within the next few years, despite public fatigue in Western countries about their involvement in the long-running conflict. Seoul, South Korea. North Korea fired a submarine ballistic missile off country's east on Saturday, according to South Korean officials, drawing a condemnation from Seoul and Washington. Details of the humiliating phone call when George Bush finally crushed Tony Blair's hopes of persuading the U.S. president not to pay direct with the nation's backing had been revealed for the first time. Brebs, Indonesia. 13-mile truck jam in Indonesia led to the deaths of 12 people over the course of 3 days. The city of Brebs, for that China. As of 12, the people were evacuated along the east of China after tropical storm landfall on Saturday. London, Andrew Lee, some candidate prime minister, suggested that her role as a mother meant she was a better choice than her opponent, Theresa May. Karachi, Pakistan. Beloved Pakistani social worker and community leader Abdul Sadr Eddie died on Friday in Karachi after complications from kidney failure. He was 88. Dallas, the memorial to the assassination President John F. Kennedy was a close crime scene that usually holds at weekend tourists on Saturday. A black suburban coastal to stop downtown Dallas, parked beside the glimmer of Bank American Tower. Barry McWall stepped out wearing jeans and black cowboy boots. Says Dallas visits Main Street now. The crime scene in place for an overdue cry. Dallas, the police headquarters on lockdown and the SWAT team deployed for serious threats. Local media reported. Evacuation were followed in the brush fire that erupted in the Santa Clarita Valley early Saturday afternoon, reported he said. Poughkeepsie, New York. Pulitzer Prize winning New York Times journalist and subject to the Oscar winner Killenfield, Sydney's Chamber is at age 82. Riverton, Wyoming. A Wyoming woman has discovered a dead body in a river while playing the virtual game Go on Friday. Now, the Bonds Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Immigration issued advisory for the citizens visiting the United States. A powerful rebound hiring last month feeds fears about the economic downturn in the U.S. expansion. There's this 8-year put in the nation on solid footing that was over. Global shocks and market turbulence. Again, the global economic situation and agreement in major economies must lead the way in the technical problems on including sluggish growth and weak trade. China's Trade Minister Gao Sheng said on Saturday. Aetna Incorporated and Humana Incorporated face resistance from Justice Department if the proposed $34 billion merger and uphill battle persuaded antitrust enforcers. The deal won't harm competition according to people familiar. Halton, Maine. Members of the fishing industry are cautiously optimistic about a plan to help fix the growing bait crest that could threaten the New England lobster industry. Now against Rhode Island, 2 Massachusetts men accused of failing to remove their fins from striped bass. They caught recreation in Rhode Island. Boston and recreation marijuana, but completely in Massachusetts would be just for smoking. For eating. Boston, the city should direct watch for the central and northeastern parts of the state. The declaration should be following in the recent meeting in the Direct Management Task Force, which includes state, federal, local officials' aides. Low-level direct advisory is issued for the southeastern Massachusetts and the Kevanaker River Valley. Barnstable, Massachusetts, Bourbon District, and the never been the woman whose body was found in the Cape Cod register last fall. That's astronomers discovered a planet with 3 suns huge orbit each is 550 Earth years. Planet discovered with 3 suns. The coldest brown dwarf known as scientists as yellow than ever first, the only water clouds that discovered beyond the solar system. Cannibalism, the world brings to the mind and stuff of horror movies of the secret little tribes of the Donner Party, the Harvard News discovered in Belgium to determine that our Neanderthal ancestors had affinity for cannibalism was therefore. A Utah woman that died by getting infected with the Zika virus. The Salt Lake County Health Department announced Friday the elderly woman had an underlying health condition and travelers with mosquitoes known to spread the Zika virus. 5 people have been arrested after allegedly keeping an autistic woman in a cage, according to local media reports. The woman had discovered wandering in the backyard of an M&T Louisiana home covered in bug bites and apparently malnourished. A surprising news study with pasta food you've probably been avoiding may be actually quite necessary to weight loss. Peter Chill News Time, 7:07 on this Saturday evening, and it's time now for Sports Report. The Boston Red Sox defeat the Tampa Bay Rays 4-1. Other scores around Major Leagues: Kansas Royals over the Seattle Mariners 5-3, bottom of the 8th, top of the 7th. New York Yankees, Cleveland Indians, tied at 6, top of the 7th, bottom of the 9th. Oakland Athletics leading the Houston Astros 3-2, and bottom of the 9th. Top of 8, it's the San Francisco Giants leading the Arizona Diamondbacks 4-2. Bottom of 8, it is Los Angeles Angels and the Baltimore Orioles, tied at 2-2 apiece. Detroit Tigers over the Toronto Blue Jays 3-2. Chicago White Sox over the Atlanta Braves 5-4. St. Louis Cardinals over the Milwaukee Brewers 8-1. And Miami Marlins over the Cincinnati Reds 4-2. And the MLS Soccer, Los Angeles Galaxy over Seattle Sounders 1-0, and New England should get underway against the Columbus Blue Jackets about 7:30 p.m. in about 22 minutes from now. London scores 3-3 in the second set and Wimbledon final one. 2 wins yet another first round with a backhand that's a bottom line. Wimbledon checks 3-1 reclaims era dominance. Was London so good there for a minute, but not. That John Jones' headlines that started debating in the background when Kimura start focused on UFC pay-per-view. Everyone walked all over later tonight. Houston, following news comes to introduce 2 new Houston Rockets right in the recording. The team sent reporters about the Nats leading scorer James Harden decided contract extension on Saturday. The UFC 200 prelims are all kinds of tactics from former UFC champions and major partners in every single fight. All of the details in. Your challenge time is now 7:08. On this Saturday evening, it's time now for a traffic and transit report. Let's stay off on the MBTA where the Green Line Beaver experience model delays from Babcock, Washington Street, both ways from 8 to 5 p.m. to closing on Tuesday, July 12th. Red Line Express model delays due to early signal problem at Park Street. 7 S-Box Express model delays due to traffic on the commuter rail. Looking good and on the ferries they are looking good. Alright, let's look at the highways where looking good in highways and byways of the Ocean State. And for westbound side, Little Sun, Route 91, Hartford, Connecticut. But looking good in the Kansas State. Down New York, on the southbound side, so from Bronx, you had to George Washington Bridge, 95, northbound side, so from Fort Lee, New Jersey, out to New York City. Last expressway, westbound side, is back up from Hempstead all the way out to the Brooklyn Queens Expressway. It's 278 on both ends, also from the 478 all the way at the Long Expressway. 278 on the eastbound side. So from Savannah to the Berners to Nerds Bridge. Up Parkway eastbound side. Also and 678 over to JFK Airport. 678 both ends also from Long Expressway all the way at the JFK Airport. At Massachusetts. Mass back on the eastbound side. Also to Charlton Switch, but 91 on the southbound side. Low from 291 to Route 57 in Springfield. But the highways and byways of Massachusetts are looking good. 93 on the southbound side. A little slow from I-89 in Concord through the Concord Rapture stretch. 91 on the southbound side. Low sort of get able up in Vermont. I-87 on the southbound side. It's a little slow after the Canadian border up in Plattsburgh, New York. 190 on the southbound side. A little slow after the Canadian border up in Niagara Falls, New York. I-81 on the northbound side. Low sort of Scranton, Pennsylvania stretch. 95 on the northbound side, also from Chester towards Philadelphia. 379 eastbound side, so from Pittsburgh to Wilkinsburg. 79 on both ends, it's looking good from 270 to Baltimore, and 270 on the side, also after Route 70 in Gaithersburg, Maryland. And 95 on the southbound side, also after the Capitol Beltway in Virginia. 95 on the northbound side, so from Fredericksburg all the way after Fort Belvoir. 295 on the southbound side, also for the Washington, D.C. 95 on the southbound side, also just about the Baltimore Harbor Tunnel on the northbound side, and 95 on the southbound side, also at the Delaware Maryland border. Peter Jones time, 7-11 on this late Saturday. Peter Jones time, 7-11 on this late Saturday evening, and it's time now for a weather report and hazardous weather outlook. Because tonight, few thunderstorms this evening and overnight could take very heavy rain and cause localized flooding on day 2 for 7, Sunday for Friday. Tomorrow, low risk of strong thunderstorms with gusty winds and small hail until Thursday. Possible that heat advisory may be required for the region. And taking a look at some lines of rain showers stretching from east of Albany, New York, to the Pittsfield, Massachusetts, straight to the Nam, central portion of Vermont, and hundreds of showers and storms from southern Amsterdam for southern Maine. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. Tonight, check the showers. And then some storms produce heavy rain. Patch bug for 2 a.m. Then patch after 3 a.m. Otherwise, gust down to about 59 degrees east, about 5 miles an hour. Becoming common in the evening, with a chance rate of 50%, new rain from about for quarter day, check out about possible thunderstorms. Sunday, showers likely with possibly a thunderstorm before 11 a.m. Today, check the showers and thunderstorms after 11 a.m. Patch bug go west. Cost guys about 70 degrees. No freeze for about 3 to 5 miles an hour. Chance rate of 6%, new rain from about stays at quarter half days possible. Sunday night, check the showers and patch bug go west. Most guys got about 58 degrees. No for about 3 to 5 miles an hour. Chance rate of 30%. New rain from about still less than 10 minutes. Check out how much possible thunderstorms. Monday, slight change of showers between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Puts us at 36 degrees. Don't for about 3 to 5 hours. Temperature 12%. Monday night, punch back up to 1 a.m. watts. Podcast come at 59 degrees library. Wind Tuesday, mostly sunny. Podcast come at 84 about 66 degrees. Wednesday, sunny. Podcast come at 8 about 69 degrees. Thursday, mostly nice skies. Podcast come at 90 about 7 degrees. Friday, change of showers. Punch back up watts. Puts us come at about 89 degrees. Temperature 30%. Friday night, podcast come at 60 degrees. And for Saturday, most of us have an 86 degrees. Going not near is a 65 degrees overcast skies. Humidity at 78%. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel 7 o'clock news of this July 9th, 2016 on a Saturday evening on Peter. Good evening, goodbye today. I'll see you at 11 o'clock for late night sign off report. Have a good evening.